You need to be eating, especially breakfast. I know that's where you really struggle. Good morning, YouTube. We are here, up early, 6:30 in the morning. Got a busy day. It is back and bicep day, back and bicep day 2, so our B pull day. Had a really great leg session yesterday, rocking the Chase irons, 20,000. Yeah. If you know, you know. That's really, we'll just leave it at that. But shout out Chase irons. Wealth of information, wealth of crazy. But dude is super funny, super smart, and just keeps it real, which is what the fitness industry really needs. Because people are going to do dumb shit regardless. So you might as well do dumb shit intelligently with some guidance. But yeah, we got a little non-stem pre-workout. Saving the caffeine for a little later in the day. Got other compounds in us right now that we don't want to be, you know, commingling with a bunch of caffeine, or our heart may explode. But yeah, we're just gonna get really warmed up, get a lot of blood flow, take some time to get the lats really firing and feeling really good with some wider grip straight arm pull downs, some face pulls, things like that. And then we'll kind of just get into the meat and potatoes of everything today. So a lot of compound work, a lot of rows, pull downs, keeping it pretty. I mean, what more really can you do? Back day, you know, so let's get it. Yeah, so starting off here with some rear delts. Not a real compound movement, but definitely an area that is a little bit weaker than our lats, so naturally. But of course, just in terms of development relative to that area, the lats are looking pretty good, back's looking pretty good. Obviously some things to work on with posing, but in terms of actual muscle development, the rear delts need to be brought up a little bit more. So focusing on those first while we're a little bit more fresh, and then we'll get into more compound movements for the lats and mid-back. Whew, feels good because I don't really typically hit this movement as fresh as I am now. So rear delts are usually one of like the last things that I do on a back day. So switching up the order, hitting the rear delts first a little bit, we'll obviously see how that impacts us with some other compound movements, pull downs and things like that. But ultimately, feels so far so good. Ooh. Yeah, I would definitely say give that a try if you feel like you have a muscle group that's just generally lagging. Probably best practice to try and hit that as fresh as possible. So hitting rear delts here. We'll get into some upper back work after that, and yeah, we'll just keep moving from there. Yeah, so just one kind of cue. I think when we think about like the lengthened range, shortened range, all that stuff, people think about like crossing over their arms and needing to get like a really, really deep stretch. But I find, especially when you're going bilateral, that's pretty tough. So what I try to think about is just making sure I'm almost like pushing my chest together, right? So getting like my chest together so I can lengthen as much as I can, rounding kind of my scapula as much as I can, and then just kind of pulling and initiating from there every single time. So we're gonna move on from rear delts, get some lat work in, and keep it moving. Whew. Yeah, like usual, when it comes to compound movements, I like to start off with something that's really gonna maximize that stretch and really just bring a lot of attention and mind-muscle connection. So going single arm, kind of a high angle pull down, just to really reinforce that stretch position, get the lat really, really engaged really early on. And then it's like riding a bull. You just gotta try and stay engaged for the rest of the day. Ooh. Oh man, so chest supported rows here. Like always, emphasis here is trying to go pretty heavy. So reps closer to like that 8 to 10 range is ideal. We got 10 on that one, so we'll see if we can just try to get at least 8 for every single set. Ideally, we can get 10 for every single set, but just the laws of energy probably don't bode well for 10 reps for 3 straight sets. Honestly, I think usually if you can get the same amount of reps for all your sets at the same weight, you're probably not going heavy enough. So there should be some drop off, not too much. But your issue, even though you're trying to cut, like you don't eat enough normally. You have such inconsistent eating. Almost got 10. Okay, we're gonna hit one final set here. We're gonna go automatic drop set with the performance pins. So as soon as we fail with one weight, spring load will pop out. We'll go to the next one, spring load will pop out, and then we'll hit final set at the standard pin. So marathon set. Oh, it's funny because every time the plate pops, it feels light for like a rep, and then it gets heavy really quick. Okay, we're gonna hit some close grip pull downs, and then it'll be do a little trap row, and then some biceps. So let's get to that. That is heavy. Oh, just doing some lat rows. Really kind of just changing the angles here to really target that low lat. So that's where I feel a lot of the tension in the low lat, and then kind of lower trap, lower thoracic. So just trying to get some extra definition where we're hitting that pull back into that, you know, double back double bicep pose. So So yeah, just hitting some incline cable curls. Just again, starting off with more of a lengthened bias for the biceps, getting a good stretch. After this, we'll hit some shortened bias stuff with preacher curls, just like usual. Just covering the full spectrum of the bicep. Oh. We'll get one more set here, and then we'll move on to our preacher curls, and then we'll probably just finish up with some pump work, alternating dumbbell work. Whew. You need to be eating, especially breakfast. I know that's where you really struggle.
I'm thinking, should I eat and then go? Or should I just go and then eat?
You should eat.
Not like before coming here.
That's personal preference. I always feel like you definitely are gonna lift better with a little bit of fuel, but you got fuel from the day before too. I think people are obsessed about like, I need something in my stomach right before I work out.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you got amino acids breaking down from like a week ago. It's like when you throw up and you're like, I ate steak like 3 days ago. Why am I throwing up steak right now? It's like, it's still breaking down in your system. Like nothing is just in and out unless we're talking the corn game. Let me do a set here and then I'll show you. Okay, yeah, so lengthen bias with the incline curls, shorten bias with the preacher curls. So even if I'm like, looks like I'm not getting like all the way up, I'm not super concerned because I'm really just challenging that kind of bottom half as much as possible. We'll hit some just dumbbell kind of alternating curls and then we'll be done. Tell her it's my fault. I thought you actually were doing something upper body. If I knew you were doing RDLs, I would have made you go even heavier. You could move that shaker too, just anywhere, if that shaker's in the way. Okay, so that is a wrap for today. We've just got a good overall back bicep session in. Now we're gonna get our post-workout with our whey drip. So we're just gonna drizzle that in there. Just nice little protein frosting. This is a Evogen churro flavor. So it's gonna go really well with the brownie batter flavor gains. A little banana for some potassium and some fast carbs. Little crunchy bits. But yeah, we're gonna just absorb this, inhale this real quick. And yeah, that's a wrap for today. Again, a lot of pull downs, a lot of rows, a lot of isolation work, getting some rear delts to start, just to bring those up, hit the lats really hard. And then after that, it's just biceps and food. So we're gonna eat, sleep, train, repeat, get some cardio in later today, do a little posing practice, clean up a little bit, and just chill before UT Georgia tonight. So pick up the 20,000 nanogram per deciliter shirt from Chase Irons Fitness, and we'll see you tomorrow for push day. Bo Alexander, Adapt Fitness, Battle of Texas, 6 weeks out, and we are coming to crush it. Like, follow, subscribe, YouTube, all that stuff, and we will see you mañana. Bye.